morning, everybody. It's been a few weeks since we've been home from my parents' house. Been missing their garden a lot, but really happy to be home. These past few weeks have been resting weeks. I have not done much crafting wise. I think crocheting 70 pumpkins, I needed a break, and so I decided to listen to myself and take that break. I've just been slowly now getting into crafting mode, which is very exciting because again, a lot of it is autumnal colors. So super happy about that. But one of the exciting things that has happened is we got a new kitty. Love her to bits, and it's basically been baby proofing our house and figuring out what she is like and what the kinds of things she's getting into. So I've been spending my past few weeks with the new kitty, as well as deep cleaning my house and getting it all ready for the new school year, and just helping my future self out by getting a lot of the things I've been avoiding done before September comes. So that's what I've been up to. One of the projects that I've wanted to do for myself though is to knit myself some new dishcloths. I love knitted dishcloths. I love using them. I love how squishy they are. So I decided to treat myself. So that has been the main crafting focus since being home. This is my fourth one now. And it's kind of fun to work on it because this is the first project I ever remember working on. I'm pretty sure my mom taught me how to make these knitted dishcloths. So it feels very fun to be able to just know that it's a pattern that I can keep coming back to. I really love them. I will leave the pattern down below because it's very easy and it's just one of my favorite things to make for myself and to treat myself to something fun in the kitchen. I feel like my garden has gone through this huge transformation too. I'd love to take you out there and talk about some of the things that's been happening, some of the things that I've learned, some of the new discoveries I have made. I love gardening. It is so relaxing and therapeutic. Such a wonderful thing for me to do every single day is to go out there and check what's new or to water it or to weed. So which I found very surprising. I knew that I would enjoy it, but I just did not know how much I would enjoy it. So I will hopefully take you guys out there so I can show you some of the stuff today. And other than that, yeah, we're just kind of hanging out and chilling and welcoming our new furry member to the house. Hi, Miss Abby. Hi. Meow. You sleepy? Are you tired? All right, this is my little deck garden here. I've got some lovely lavender. And this is lemon balm, which was looking great and then was looking sad, got too much water, and now it's looking so much better. And then this is a plant that my mother-in-law got me, which looks absolutely beautiful. And I'm hoping to plant that out in the front. Let's look at those blooms. So pretty. Okay, and here is my garden. So a lot is going on. First of all, can we focus on these huge cosmo plants? I did not expect it to get this massive and this beastly, but look at it. Look how huge this one is. It's just taken over. So definitely next year, I don't think I will be planting the cosmos in with the vegetables. I think it deserves its own large pot that it can do whatever it wants in. Right here, starting over here, we've got my lovely little watering can and some strawberries the birds just keep eating on us, but it's trying to do its thing. And some magical sweet peas that I had no idea were in there, but I'm letting it do its own thing. This is our lettuce that went to seed, and I kind of left it because I thought how interesting that was. This is a wheat, I forget what it's called, but it's kind of pretty, so I left it. And our peppermint, and another type of mint here too that's taken over the pot. Then we have our green onions, which have probably been the most thing that we reach for in our garden. And there's some chives here too. Everything is kind of just angled forward a bit, so it's not as pretty as it once was. We have carrots down below that are just now being smothered by the cosmos. And some more sweet peas over here. So again, tucked up behind the cosmos, but they're doing okay. They're doing okay. Then again, more carrots that are being smothered by everything over there. I've got cucumbers up here that clearly did not get enough water. So I'll have to pay attention to that next year. Make sure that they keep getting lots of water. Still some really pretty blooms though. Our marigolds out in front. Again, I did not expect this to be so bushy, but I absolutely love seeing all the blooms. I think this is probably one of my favorite flowers that came out of the garden. It was just so pretty seeing the new colors pop up. Then we got some lovely kale here, which I just keep eating and it just keeps producing and it's amazing. And our zinnias, which I planted a bunch of seeds, but only one worked. So I'm getting a lot of this lovely pink color. But the pack was like a variety of colors, but the pink one is the one that survived. Then we have some dill, which looks like it's pretty much done now. And then some thyme. And in one of my clips earlier in the video was my sunflower that died, so I did pull it out. It's very sad. And then I do have some rhubarb here, which needs to go into the ground. I'm gonna clear up this space here and it's probably gonna go right there and just hopefully fill this whole area with rhubarb. That's my hope. And then maybe like a birdhouse here or two, maybe some hanging baskets along this far end here of just more produce or more flowers. I think that'd be really cool. And then probably eventually some stonework or stepping stones here. And then the last one is this thing, which again has this massive cosmo, but some daisies and some pansies. I have to go through and just make sure everything's doing okay. But that's my garden as of right now. I also have this little window box that it's not doing the greatest at the moment, but I did realize the other day that there's another little bachelor button right there. And we have a few other potentials, like this one here, that's gonna be a bloom. And then that one there, that's gonna be a bloom. So there's some things that are coming, some things that have gotten too much sun, too much water. I'm just kind of waiting and watching and seeing what will happen with this little box. Okay, I'm gonna try my best to do this. I've never done a voiceover before, but this is my front garden space. There's a lot going on, too many things happening. So I'm hoping to remove a bunch of stuff this fall. The first one being my Virginia creeper back there. I'm hoping to put that in the backyard. And then there's 2 of these Japanese meadow seeds. Actually, I have 5 of them, but 2 of them need to leave because I want more variety in there. I got a couple cute little things over there. That's just something from my yard, from my house that I wanted to put in and just see if it would work. But I got marigolds, I have pansies, I have daisies that I planted this year. My poor peonies got really wrecked by the hail damage we had a couple days ago. But yeah, there's a lot of different textures, which I really love. I kind of want to try to make it a whimsical, orderly garden. That's the goal, that's the aim here. These are my flower boxes, and 3 out of the 4 things that I planted will also be going into the beds if I have room. The violas, the veronicas, and the creeping Jenny are supposed to come back every year. The ivy sadly does not. And then this is my other little bed too. I've got an iris, I've got another peony, I've got a bleeding heart. I planted some echinacea, which I think I planted way too late because I don't know if they're going to produce. Here's a look at my peonies and the damage on the leaves from the hail. I am so sad. They were beautiful and lush and now they're just so tattered. And then just a few more. That's a moss rose, moss rose. And then this is what the Virginia creeper looks like on my deck, and that's the reason why I want it to go away. Good morning. I was watching back my little garden tour that I took you guys on and realized that I forgot to mention my cilantro. I had cilantro growing in the same planter as the mint and it was doing awesome, but it also went to seed. So when we came back home from my parents, it was not looking its best. So I just pulled it out, hoping that the mint would kind of take over the planter. So I forgot to mention that and wanted to say, I loved the cilantro. We used it a lot, but obviously not as much as I planted. So going forward, I'll probably won't plant as many seeds as I did this year. And in terms of how everything started in my garden, a lot of it was from seed. There's only a few things that I purchased myself or that was given to me. The kale was given to me, the rhubarb was given to me. The thyme I purchased as like a little baby plant. The strawberries I purchased as a baby plant. The pansies and a lot of the flowers that are in the window box were purchased, except for the bachelor buttons, which I always want to call Benjamin buttons. The bachelor buttons were from seed. So it's been a very fun year of just kind of figuring out what works, what doesn't work. Is my space a good space? Everything's leaning forward now, which kind of makes me think it's not getting enough sun there now. But in the beginning, it worked really well. So I'm gonna keep playing with it and kind of see what works, what doesn't work. My sunflower, something happened to it. I have no idea. My theory, my guess is that it got too much water and kind of just decided no more. From what we've read, and we meaning me and my mom, what we've read is they do like having dry out periods. So we're gonna try them again. It's my daughter's, one of her favorite flowers. So we're gonna try again and see if we can make that work. The cosmos need a space of their own because they're crazy. The daisies and the pansies will come back next year if I can get them into the ground. So it's my hope to bring that out into my front bed as well. But there's a few things that need to be moved, which I think I might have discussed if I can figure out the voiceover. I did film a clip of my front yard and my front garden and kind of the plans, but it was very noisy. So I didn't want to explain and talk about things over my neighbors talking. So hopefully if I can figure out how to do a voiceover, you would have seen it already, but if not, hopefully I've kept some footage and inserted my overall plans. But I do have to move some things in order to get more plants over there. What else? My dill was originally from seed, but it didn't work, so I did get a plant. Zinnias are awesome. Yeah, I'm just really happy with how everything is, especially considering this is my first real year of gardening. I had a lot of porch boxes for porch planters before in previous years, and so that was kind of my limitation. So it's fun just to kind of be able to branch out. Moving forward, sorry, that's my coffee pot. Moving forward in terms of vegetables, just chatting more about how we actually eat our vegetables and what we use. Green onions for sure coming back. Chives will come back next year. Cucumbers we want to try again, but we also want to experiment with snap peas. I would love to try tomatoes, but like in a hanging thing along the fence. I think that'd be really cool. From what I read, they can be hung. I just need to make sure that my plant itself doesn't get pinched because of all the weight. So I'm not sure what I have to do in order to support that stem a bit, but I think that'd be really pretty. Rhubarb will go in the ground, so that's exciting. Eventually I want raspberry plants, so that will be exciting, and that will probably be on the other side of my yard. Probably, and apparently they take over, so we have to build some kind of box for them as well. But yeah, snap peas, green onions, carrots will make a comeback, and then a lot of herbs. I would love to create some kind of herb planter box on my porch right underneath my kitchen window. I think that'd be lovely just to have all the different herbs, as long as they grow well together, have all the herbs nice and close and handy. So if we need something for a meal, we can just go out and grab some basil. We can just go out and grab some thyme. So yeah, it's just been a lot of fun experimenting. And as of right now, I'd say my front garden is definitely the one that needs the most work. We had hail damage, so everything is looking pretty bad right now. But I'm hoping once I get some shrubs out of there, once I've planted the daisies and the pansies from the backyard, as well as that, I don't know how to say it, that purple flower I showed, heliothrope, something thrope, beautiful purple flower on my porch. And then some of the flowers in my planters that are in the front, which are the violas, the veronica, and the creeping Jenny. All of that supposedly will come back every year as well. So still trying to figure everything out, but it's fun. I love thinking about the potential and what next year is going to look like and how I'm going to build off of this year. And it's just, I'm really, really excited.
And a couple more housey things. I did also purchase some soaps from Bath and Body Works. I almost said flavors. I'm so happy the fall scents are back. They're my favorite. This is the time of year where I kind of stock up on my soaps so I can have fall smelling soaps all year round. And then one of the other things I wanted to talk about too is I got this idea from Laura from Penrose Knits. She was knitting a sweater for her husband and finding a little bit of a hard time finding the motivation to knit all the different sections of the sweater. So she decided to make herself a little coloring chart. That way, once she did finish a section, she was able to color off that section of the sweater, and it was just a really great visual motivational tool for her to kind of continue on working on something that wasn't giving her excitement to begin with. So I wanted to do the same for my house. So I made a house deep cleaning chart. Hopefully you can see that okay. So every single time I deep clean a room, I get a color in one of the houses, and it just makes me very happy. I am behind. I actually just came up with this idea the other day, and so I do need to fill out 5 of the houses because I've already deep cleaned 5 of my rooms. But I thought that would be such a great way to just kind of like track my progress and get excited to complete coloring in the houses. And then moving forward with house tracking and housekeeping and everything in September, there was another YouTuber that I was following a long time ago called The Secret Slob, I believe. And she follows the fly lady cleaning method, the fly lady method. And but she makes it way more manageable. If you go to the fly lady cleaning site, it seems a little crazy, like there's so much information, but The Secret Slob makes it very manageable. So I'm hoping that once I've deep cleaned everything, got everything under control, I would then be able to kind of work my way through the fly lady cleaning system to keep everything on task, because I just keep coming up with crafty, crazy ideas and my house keeps getting ignored. So if I have able to create a system where I can kind of do a couple things here, but then craft lots, I'll be one happy lady.